Hello, everyone, and I just wanted to talk about another candidate winning in the 2020 election. That you have more choices than just the Democrat and Republican candidate, and I want to talk about Jacob Hornberger. He's a libertarian running for the 2020 presidential election, and his website is jacobforliberty.com. On his website, you can see his positions on things, where he's made past and future, and where he's going to appear at conventions and interviews. He has a blog as well, and you can also contact him. You can volunteer for his campaign, and you can donate to him. Now, I just wanted to talk about some of his positions, and I think a lot of the American people would agree with what he says. So, first, I'll read his position on taxation. Abolish the federal income tax and the IRS. People have the fundamental God-given right to keep everything they earn and decide for themselves to do with it. Spend, save, donate, or invest. The right to keep and dispose of the fruits of one's earnings is a necessary prerequisite to a free society. Our American ancestors understood that principle, which is why the American people lived without taxation for more than a century. The government prohibited from taxing people's incomes. The citizens are the masses, and the government is a servant. At the same time, the freedom to accumulate wealth to a rising standard of living in society. That's because people tend to save a portion of their income, which then produces capital in the hands of business. They'll competition among firms, more productivity brings higher wages for workers and overall standard of living for society. The adoption of the income tax in 1913 changed everything for Americans. By wielding the power to tax people's incomes, the federal government became the master and the American people became the servants. To enforce the tax, the federal government brought into the existence of the Internal Revenue Service, one of the most tyrannical, destructive, and feared agencies in history. At the same time, the income tax is one of the major reasons why young people are having such a difficult time getting started in life. The ideally free society, which people can be trusted and relied upon to voluntarily fund the legitimate functions of the federal government, which are few and inexpensive. Absent that, the second best method is indirect taxation methods chosen by American ancestors. But most disruptive method of taxation is the income tax. So as you can see, I'm pretty sure most people would agree with his position on taxation. And let's go to his position on let's go to his foreign policy position. Foreign policy. The United States was founded on the principle of a non-interventionist foreign policy, one in which the federal government does not go abroad and seek to monsters to destroy. That was a speech of a title delivered to Congress by John Quincy Adams on the 4th of July in 1821, in which Adams summarized America's founding foreign policy of non-interventionism. Adams observed that there's a lot of monstrous conditions which the people around the world suffer: tyranny, oppression, war, revolution, starvation. It was not the role of the U.S. government, however, to go about and save people from such horrors. Modern day Republicans and Democrats have abandoned America's founding foreign policy of non-interventionism in favor of empire and foreign interventionism. Military bases around the world in all the United States, coups with regime change operations, invasions, endless wars of aggressions, occupations, torture, rendition, foreign aid to dictators, sanction and embargoes, the infliction of death, suffering, and destruction. Foreign interventionism has also given the rise of the threat of anti-American terrorism, which the U.S. officials have used to justify their war on terrorism. which in turn has been used to destroy the liberties and privacies of the American people. I lost what I was reading. Oh, I found it. Such as with the TSA, Homeland, USA Patriot Act, mass surveillance, torture, assassination, indefinite detention, and denial of due process of law. Meanwhile, Massive welfare state combined with America's massive welfare state combined with a massive welfare state can head this country towards bankruptcy through the out of control spending and debt needed to fund this monstrosity. The only solution to this morass is to restore America's founding principle of non-interventionism and at the same time liberate the American people to freely interact with the people of the world. Now, I'm only going to read two of them. You can find his positions on his website, which again is jacobforliberty.com. I'll put the link to his website in the video description and the comment section below. But I really think more people should be voting for him in the 2020 election, because people say that they're tired of the two major parties and what they give out to us, but then they either vote for one of the two parties or they don't vote at all, which doesn't make sense to me. Me personally, I'm not old enough to vote, but if I was old enough, I would vote for Jacob Hornberger in this election. If you want another reason why you might want to vote for him, well, if you look on Wikipedia, you'll see that right now, compared to his opponents, he's in the lead with 22.02% of the vote. His closest competitor, Raymond Supreme, has 10% of the vote. So that's about 11.98% difference. The people of the Libertarian Party really are showing that they want Jacob Hornberger to represent them in this election, and he's won six contests: Iowa, Montana, California, Michigan, New York, and Ohio. And his closest competitor, Raymond Supreme, has only won two, and no one else has won contests at all. So Jacob Hornberger really is becoming a rising force in the Libertarian Party, and he could become a rising force in this 2020 election. I really think that more people should vote for third-party candidates like Jacob Hornberger. And if Jacob Hornberger were to make it to the debates, he'd show America why they should vote for him and why things would get better if he were in office. Now, this is just my 2 cents on why you should vote for Jacob Hornberger, but what's the word? I really hope that you guys do listen to me. If you're old enough to vote, I really hope that you will vote for Jacob Hornberger in this 2020 election. I'm not trying to force anybody and tell them you're gonna vote for this person, but I think if you're tired of the two major candidates and you complain about what the two major parties give out to us, I really think you should vote for Jacob Hornberger. And I guess that's all to my video.